Big John, Big John.
All right, here we are. Hope that ash tree broke off. Laid over here. So, I guess we'll get the saw out and we'll cut her up into chunks. I don't know if you can see this chain, but there ain't hardly anything left of it. But it's sharp and she cuts really good. Okay, quick work of that. Met the guy that actually owns the place. That one's gonna come down. I don't know whether we do it now, but this fall after the beans come off, that one's coming down. And then Gavin up there, some of them ones up there, he wants to take them down before they fall down, so we'll see. Yeah. Dad seen my grapple, so he had to go buy one. They're handy, handy, handy. Just like an old pro. All right, head for home and get things done. She's a peach. 4-speed, no power steering. We do have the aftermarket oil pressure gauge though, so we're good. I'd drive this thing every day if I could. I don't know what rear gears are in it, but they're low. I bet they're probably 456s. They're at least 411s. I wouldn't doubt if they're 456s. I never did crawl under it to check, but yeah, I love this old truck. And just like that, there we go. Pretty sure she's empty. Controls are clear over here on the passenger floor, so I always wanted to put some extensions on them to bring them over this way a little farther. I wouldn't want to try and parallel park this thing, not with the Armstrong steering. Alright, well, we'll get this thing parked, get the saw put away, and get back after that grain cart, or the grain drill. Okay, well, it's 7:15 now. Got that wood unloaded. Dumpy's sitting back over there. Had a couple cocktails with my sweetheart in the garage, scratching the dogs, and heading back out here to the barn to work on this grain drill some more. Supposed to go to Fremont and pick up seed. That guy's working ground, so we're going to do that bright and early in the morning. Kirk, supposedly, I think he came and got my gooseneck trailer. He was going for seed. Yep, it's gone. She gone. So he's got that. He's going to get seed. When he comes back... Now, why'd you park that there? Girl, put it back in the barn. So anyway, I'm gonna work on this for a while. I'll shoot Kirk a text message and tell him to get with me when he gets back. So Dad said make new chains for it. I found that one that I think would work, but Dad said make new ones. So we're gonna do that. Okay, I got this adjuster out. It pushes through the hole from the top, and there's a S that the chain goes through, and it pushes on that and it tightens it up. Well, this nut's tied up. So I ended up breaking it loose and got the whole thing twisted out, but I can't get this nut to move. So I'm gonna go up in a vise and put it in a vise, maybe put a little heat to it, see if I can't break her free, clean all the threads up. Okay, figured out my measurement, laid it all out in there. I gotta grind that pin off and then punch it out. I'm sitting there, how am I gonna hold this new chain? It's awfully wiggly. I said, well, get a sprocket, wrap the chain around there, then you can hold it. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I know it's a flapper wheel, sanding wheel, but it worked pretty good. All right, be right back. Need a punch. Actually, I'm gonna take the next one off too, so the whole plate comes off. go. Okay. Well, that worked well. Okay. One chain, cut down the size. I think it's the shorter one. Yeah, it is. It's that one. Okay, let's... Oh, excuse me. That worked pretty slick. Proud of myself for thinking of that. All right, let's see if she fits. Hang on, I gotta get under here and weave this through this tensioner. Okay. All right, got that on the sprocket. I couldn't get another link on it. And I forgot to take that apart. Daggone it. All right, you stay there. Actually, I'm gonna try and feed you through there some. Bring you out here where I can work on you. I did not take the clip apart. Okay. Pocket knife. See if we can lose some skin. Come on. I know you want to. What is going on here? Now let's go down. It's safer going down. Come on, baby. All right, fine. Pull the whole thing out. Redo it. Redo it. I'll be back. All right. That was a stubborn little cuss to get apart. New. Brand new chain. So she was tight. Only minimal amount of blood was drawn on the operation. Okay, so that's through there. Get the side plate on it. Come on. You just gotta hold your mouth right sometimes. Okay, there it goes. Now this chain spins this way. Yes. So I want to put this clip on so that the opening is pointing back. I probably ought to see if I can tension it enough before I do this, which is screwing this down. Oh yeah. Yep, that looks good. All right. So now I got to push that down. Come on, baby. Okay. All right. That one's in. Not sure how to see. There's a brake back here. That mechanism right there is a brake. When the frame picks up and the tire comes off the ground, it starts to rub on that and it stops everything from moving. So in order to turn it, you have to pick it up off of that and then rotate it against your leg like such. So yeah, that feels good. So yeah, we'll get that jam nut locked down, and my 15/16 deep well socket. Oh, come on, magnet. I found it. It's up in the garage. It's broke. All right, got that on. I did find a 15/16 deep well. I don't know where it came from. It's an odd, I must have bought it somewhere just to replace the one I broke for now. So that chain's good. So now we got to put this assembly, which is what actually broke or come loose, get twisted up. And I welded a new bearing keeper on there. So this assembly is just like this one. So I got to bolt that in there, and then the sprocket goes there from that chain, or from that sprocket up, and then this one down, or this one to here. So I got to figure this out now. Okay, so how this works is, so this chain here goes up, turns this jack shaft. There's another sprocket here that comes up. Here's the tensioner for it into this sprocket. The hole is not big enough to put this sprocket through all in one piece. And it's got this caged bearing. So this sprocket goes on it. But you have to hold this sprocket in there, get the shaft started in it, and then run it through there, because there's not room in there. So now I got to get bolts through there and tightened up. And the nuts are on the inside. And they're carriage bolts. So and then you got to drive a roll pin through that hole to hold that sprocket on. Now this whole system is added on for the belt meters. We have the SI Distributors belt meters on this drill, which we like. It gives you a lot more control on your seed. How come you won't go in there? Come on. Well, there we go. I guess we'll put the washer and a nut on there, and we'll just draw you through. They're carriage bolts. I don't know if any of you guys, I'm sure there's some people maybe watching it don't know what a carriage bolt is. So this is what a carriage bolt is. It's a round, smooth head for low clearance, but on the inside here, it's got a square. It's got a square flange. And then the holes in this plate and the holes in that bearing flange are square. So that flange locks in there and the bolt won't turn. She's being a little stubborn for some reason. Sometimes you have to be really flexible and ambidextrous when you're doing this kind of work. I'm right-handed, but I just use my left hand to get that nut started on there, which probably isn't the best scenario, but it worked. Ideally, you would take this whole thing off, mount everything up. Hey, that one slid all the way in. And then just bolt this whole bracket on there, but that's not how it's working today. Yeah, that one went. Maybe a couple taps with the persuader. You gotta get them squared. All right, we'll get a wrench and tighten them up. Okay, got the gear mounted. Let me get out of the sun there. Get out of the shadows. So there's a roll pin right there. You can see it. Got that one pushed in there. Came over here and put the roll pin in that one. I got them bolts tightened up there. Them 3 carriage bolts there, which are those 3 nuts, 1, 2, and 3 there. I found this piece of chain. Don't know where it came from or what, but it's 1 link too short to go on that piece. So I'm not sure where it goes. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. But like I said, Dad said make new chain for it all, so we'll guess we'll go make another chain. All right, got her laid out here on the bench. Old chain, new chain. And I needed to make it 1 link longer. So I'm leaving that one. I'm taking this next plate off, which would be that one right there. Grind them 2 off, punch that apart, and we'll put it together. You've seen me do this once already, so I'm not going to bore you with it. Okay, so we got the tensioner here set for this chain. That's a little tight. This one's a little tight too, but they're brand new chains, so they'll wear. Set the tensioner for this one. I got the tensioner in here for this one, but I think something's broke. And I don't remember. So I know that sprocket's on upside or backwards. So let me get this one on. These are the ones you change, and they're just held on with clips. And I have a chart, a book with a chart in it. I have a chart to stick on the grain drill, I just never have. And then you've got all these gears here mounted. And with all these gears of different scenarios, you can change your speed. So let's get this, oops, sorry about that. This is the chain that goes on here, but this, I'm not sure why this isn't biting. There is a, so that goes there and under there and back over here. I think I'm missing a bolt or something that stuck in there and tensioned that. And then this plate. Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. Laying up there in that plate. So you gotta go this way. And you gotta go this way. I knew there was something. All right, let me get a wrench. 7/16. Good. So now I need to take that back off and wind that up. So that's there. I got to go all the way around like that. And then it goes over that one, under that one, and then up over here. Boy, things are a little tweaked. I think this plate is bent a little bit. And this keeps trash out of the chains. I got tight. Me just doing a finger tight. Yeah, I guess I don't know my own strength. Okay. One more bolt, and I think we're done with this whole operation. And I don't have to change anything. Usually I got to change from wheat that was planted last fall back to beans, but we didn't get any wheat planted last fall, which really stinks with the way the price is. So it's still set for beans when it broke last year. So we're good. All right. 7/16. No, those are 1/2 inch. No, those are 7/16. You're going to be difficult. an extension on there just to hold it. Oops. All right. Whew. So now that it's all together, when the drill sets down, this wheel comes in contact with the ground, raises off of the brake back there, and starts to rotate. This chain goes up to this jack shaft and rotates and turns this sprocket, which comes up to this jack shaft. This sprocket, this chain, originally this chain came all the way up to this gear. And then you had 4-speed transmission here, and then you had your flutes that you slid open and closed to control the spill of the grain. A controlled spill is what that is. So, but anyway, so this comes up to this jack shaft, which comes over through here. This is the driven gear. This is the driver gear. Or this is the driver gear, excuse me. This is the driver gear. This is the driven gear. And like I said, you have all these other gears to choose from for a lot of different combinations for your speed, which relates to your seed sprayer. So this little jack shaft comes through here and turns this chain, which turns this transmission, and you leave it in 4th gear now. So this transmission spins, comes out this little chain here, turns this jack shaft, turns this chain, which goes back and turns the main shaft that turns the meters back there. You can actually see some soybeans in there that I didn't get cleaned out last year. So anyway, she's back together. I didn't put this shield on here because I want to watch this. I want to have Dad probably, or Tammy or somebody, set it down and drag it through the, I'll drag it through the field out there. It's going to be beans anyway. It's just so I can watch and make sure everything's oh sorry, and make sure everything is doing what I want it to do. I do believe that chain might need tightened a little bit. This one is good. So yeah, she's back together. Now all we got to do is get the auger put in the drill fill back here and get the tubes on, the seed tubes, and we'll be good. But I think for right now, I'm going to tension that chain up right now, and then I'm going to clean up all my tools and put them over on the workbench. I think I'm going to call it a night. I don't know, go relax, sit down and relax. It's been a long day. I did get about 3 hours of sleep this morning. Well, 2. Yeah, it was about 9 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, so it's all good. So anyway, thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. 81% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you do watch them and you enjoy them, please subscribe, hit the little bell notification, and we'll go from there. Hi, Ruckus. Hi, Tammy. Oh, my lifeguard's here. My rescue dog and my lifeguard. I'm in good hands.